Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. We're glad to see you all. First, let us introduce ourselves. My name is Rehan.
My name is Ahmad Kurniawan, and my name is Brattain.
In this opportunity, we would like to present about what is the electrical engineering. What is the electrical engineering? Electrical engineering is the one of newer branches of engineering, and that back to the late 19th century. It is the branch of engineering that deals with the technology of electricity. Electrical engineers work on a wide range of components and devices and systems, from tiny microscope to large power station generators. Early experiments with electricity include primitive batteries and static charge. However, the actual design, construction of manufacturing of useful device and system began with implementation of Michael Faraday's law of induction, which essentially states that the voltage in a circuit is proportional to the rate of change in the magnetic field through the circuit. This law applies to the basic principle of electric generator, the electric motors, and the transformer. The advent of the modern age is marked by the introduction of electricity to home, business, industry, all of which were made possible by electrical engineers. Some of the most prominent pioneers in electrical engineering include Thomas Alva Edison with electric light bulb, George Westinghouse with alternating current, Nikola Tesla with induction motor, Guglielmo Marconi with radio, and Philo T. Francois with television. These innovators turned ideas and concepts about electricity into practical device and system that use serve in the modern age. Since its early beginnings, the field of electrical engineering has grown and branched out into a number of specialist categories, including power, generators and transformation system, motors, batteries, and control system. Electrical engineering also includes electronics, which has itself branched into an even greater number of subcategories, such as radio frequency or ear-out system, telecommunication, remote sensing, signal processing, digital circuit, instrumentation, audio, video, and optoelectronics. The field of electronics was born with the innovation of the thermionic valve diode vacuum tube in 1904 by John Morse Fleming. The vacuum tube basically acts as a current amplifier by outputting a multiple of its input current. It was the founding of all electronics, including radios, television, and radar. Until the mid-20th century, it was supplanted by the transistor, which was developed in 1947 at AT&T's Bell Laboratories by William Shockley, John Bardeen, and Walter Brattain. for which they received the 1956 Nobel Prize in Physics.
What is the electrical engineering? Electrical engineering is the branch of engineering that deals with the technology of electricity. Who are the prominent pioneers in the field of electrical engineering? The prominent pioneers in electrical engineering include Thomas Edison, George Westinghouse, Nikola Tesla, Guglielmo Marconi, and Philo T. Farnsworth.
Where are the field of electrical engineering grown and broken out? The field of electrical engineering are grown and broken out into a number of specialized categories, including power generation and transmission system, motors, batteries, and control system.
Why would William Shockley, John Bardeen, and Walter Brattain receive the Nobel Prize in 1956? William Shockley, John Bardeen, and Walter Brattain would receive the Nobel Prize in 1956 because they have developed the transistor.
When did electrical engineering grow? Electrical engineering grew in the late 19th century. How do vacuum tubes work? The vacuum tubes basically act as a current amplifier by outputting a multiple of its input current.
Verbal and nominal sentence identification form. Number 1. Electrical engineering is the branch of engineering that deals with the technology of electricity. Is nominal. Number 2. William Shockley, John Bardeen, and Walter Brattain have developed the transistor in 1956. Is verbal. Number 3. Electrical engineering grew in the late 19th century. Is verbal. Number 4. The vacuum tube basically acts as a current amplifier by outputting a multiple of its input current. Is verbal. Number 5. Electrical engineering is one of the newer branches of engineering. Is nominal. Number 6. Early experiment with electricity include primitive batteries and static chargers. Is verbal. Number 7. The field of electrical engineering has grown and broken out into a number of special categories. Is verbal. Number 8. Electrical engineering work on a wide range of components, devices, and systems. Is verbal. Number 9. There is innovators turn in ideas and concepts about electricity into practice, devices, and systems. Is verbal. Number 10. The advent of the modern age is marked by the introduction of electricity to homes, business, and industry, all of which were made possible by electrical engineering. Is verbal.
Active and passive sentence identification. Number 1. Thus innovators turn ideas and concepts about electricity into practical device and system. Is active, and the passive ideas and concepts about electricity into practical device and system were turned by innovators. Number 2. Electrical engineering grew in the late 19th century. Is active, and the passive in the late 19th century was grown electrical engineering by engineers. Number 3. The vacuum tube basically acts as a current amplifier by outputting a multiple of its input current is active, and the passive current amplifier is the vacuum tube basically by outputting of its multiple input current. Number 4. Early experiments with electricity include primitive batteries and static charges is active, and the passive primitive batteries and static charges were include early experiment with electricity. Number 5. William Shockley, John Bardeen, and Walter Brattain have developed the transistor is active, and the passive. The transistor was developed by William Shockley, John Bardeen, and Walter Brattain in 1956.
Syntax and pattern identification. Number 1. The branch of engineering that deals with the technology of electricity is electrical engineering. It is simple present and active form. The branch of engineering subject modifier that is preposition deals is verbal with the technology of electricity. Subject is to be electrical engineering object. Number 2. In the late 19th century, electrical engineering had ground. It is a past perfect and active form. In the late 19th century, adverb time, electrical engineering subject had auxiliary and ground verb 3. Number 3. Multiple of input current are the act of a vacuum tube as a current amplifier. It is a simple present active form. Multiples of input current is subject are to be the act a vacuum tube's object as a current amplifier, adverb condition, or object modifier. Number 4. One of the newer branch of engineering is electrical engineering. Simple present and active form. One of the newer of engineering is subject is to be electrical engineering object. Number 5. The transistor was developed by William Shockley, John Bardeen, and Walter Brattain in 1956. It is a simple passive form. The transistor is object was to be developed further by its preposition. William Shockley, John Bardeen, and Walter Brattain is subject. In 1956, it's adverb time. The conclusion is the author used simple present tense and simple past tense from almost all his writing about the article because the writer told us about the fact. For example, one of the newer branches of engineering is electrical engineering. Number 2 is the writer told us about history about electrical engineering. For example, the transistor was developed by William Shockley, John Bardeen, and Walter Brattain in 1956. Thank you very much for your attention, and we don't forget to say thank you for our lecturer, Mr. Zalzuifa, MPD, and Mr. Rela, Wiruspati, SSA, MM, and see you next time. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.